I was in the middle of watching a really, really bad movie called Lurkers, and thought I'd just stop and make a video because I got a lot of stuff kind of piling up on the floor here. A lot of different random things that I picked up, mostly last month, and just haven't got around to posting or anything. And then a couple things that did pick up this month. The first thing I want to show off, bought these with a Best Buy gift card that I got for Christmas. So these they didn't cost me anything. So these are really cool. First one is Trading Places. This is the Paramount Presents line. They've got these cool slipcases with original poster art on the inside, which I dig. I picked up that one and The Golden Child. A lot of people hate this movie. I think it's freaking awesome. And I couldn't say no to Coming to America. And then picked up the 4K of this. There was a steelbook, but I did not like the cover to it, so I went with this one. I really like this cover. I think this should have been the steelbook, and the steelbook cover should have been the plain release, but it's a pretty good looking cover. So these are some of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. I think these, along with the first two Beverly Hills Cop movies and 48 Hours, are pretty much my go-to Eddie comedies. So that was cool. It didn't cost me anything. Got a gift card to Best Buy. I spent it all on those. Some other things I grabbed. I was looking at my VHS collection and seeing kind of what I had missed out on upgrading. And the first one that caught my eye was Zayram. This is a really wild movie. It's kind of like a live-action anime. If you like guys in rubber monster suits, kind of almost Power Rangery, but a little more serious than that. Power Rangers was after my time, so I'm not into that as much. But this is kind of what it reminds me of, but more serious and more fun, actually. Pretty cool movie. So I looked it up because I knew it had come out on disc, and it's long out of print too. But I found one on eBay, and the guy was willing to accept an offer on it, so I made an offer, picked it up. It has the sequel on here too. Oddly enough, the sequel just actually came out on Blu-ray, but the original's not on Blu-ray, so I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's Media Blasters that owns it. Cool movie. There's an anime prequel called Iria, and I think it's on Amazon too. And I watched that, and it doesn't really flow into this that much. It's got some similarities, but overall you can kind of skip it and just kind of watch that first movie. And I blind bought this because I was buying some furniture and I needed to spend a little extra money to get some free shipping. So this is Nightmare at Noon. It's got the fantastic Wings Hauser, and he's in another movie called Mutant, and this almost has the same plot as that, and I love that movie. And I watched the trailer to this, and it looks, bat crap crazy. So I am looking forward to this. It's a Scream Factory release. It's also got Bo Hopkins from Wild Bunch, and I think Bo was in Mutant as well. So two dudes from Mutant. And it's got George Kennedy and Brian James, and it's kind of an all-star B-movie epic cast. And it's directed by Greek fellow Nico Mastorakis, who did Zero Boys, which is an awesome 80s kind of slasher movie. And the last movie I grabbed, this was also a blind buy, but I have watched it since. This is Train to Busan Presents Peninsula. And Train to Busan is like one of my favorite movies in recent years. It's just awesome. If you have not seen it, definitely watch that. If you like zombie stuff at all, or if you're sick of zombie stuff, it's still different and good enough that I think you'll like it. So when I popped this one in, at first I was a little bit disappointed. And then I just had to remind myself it's not going to be Train to Busan. So if Train to Busan is Dawn of the Dead, this is Land of the Dead. Very similar themes to Land of the Dead. I don't know. I really enjoyed it after it was over. Initially, I was kind of hesitant to give it a chance, but it won me over. And honestly, I think it's one of the best movies that came out in 2020. So, check it out. On the book front, grabbed another Atlas original. They put out another one. This one's Wreckage, and this one is from the unpublished universe. So this guy never came out in the comic book format. This is an idea that was sitting on somebody's desk back in the day that just didn't make it. So they've, I guess, given him a try here. So I'm looking forward to reading it, seeing what that's all about. I'm reading Target right now, which is the first one they released, and it's pretty good. And then they also released kind of a magazine type format, thrilling adventure stories, and this is Atlas, and it has I think it has tie-ins to the other books that I've already bought, so this will be kind of cool. And it is short story format, but then there's also kind of some panels in here, so we'll see what that's all about. Pretty excited for it regardless. Pretty sweet cover. So that's 4 Atlas books I've got now, and we'll see if the movies ever come out. And then those didn't quite qualify for free shipping, so I had to find something else cheap to grab, and I grabbed this thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I hate paying for shipping, so I'd rather spend $5 on something silly that I might not even use as opposed to just paying for freight. So this is a kind of a Castlevania magnet set from the old NES game. You got Mr. Belmont down there, and you got Drac. Those damn Medusa heads that I don't want to talk about the stress those things have caused me. Got the Reaper, the axes, and the hearts, and the platforms, and all that. Pretty cool little magnet set. I don't know where I'm going to put it at. This is on the back. Pretty sweet. I love Castlevania. I always have. And the last thing I have grabbed recently, I really enjoy Mike Grell's run on Green Arrow and Warlord, and he's got another character called Sable that I had the first issue of the comic, and I read it and I liked it, and I did not realize it, but he wrote an actual novel about Sable. And there was also a short-lived TV show. I think Gene Simmons was on it, and I'm gonna have to track that down too somehow because that just sounds cool. So after I read this, I'm gonna try to see if it's on YouTube or something, check it out. But love Mike Grell, looking forward to reading this, and if I like it, I'm probably gonna start collecting the actual comics. Check those out too. So that is all for the haul, and until next time, stay afraid.